Here's another ALCS post-game edition for Locked on Astros. You're going to hear from Dusty Baker, Ryan Presley, Justin Verlander, and Jose Altuve. Talk about the brush up and my breakdown of the Abreu Garcia incident and so much more, and maybe a look ahead to Game 6 on this special postseason edition of Locked on Astros.
Welcome to Locked on Astros, your daily Astros podcast. Here are your hosts, Eric the Man Heisman and Brett H-Town Wheelhouse Chansey.
Hey there, everybody. Welcome in. I'm H-Town Wheelhouse with Locked on Astros. We're your team every day. You can find me at H-Town Wheelhouse on X, TikTok, and Instagram. You can find me at Stros411 on X, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. Always positive, always Stros. Wow, what a game. A 19-hour day for yours truly, and literally getting up at 5:30 in the morning to head out at 6:45. Got to Texas Live yesterday, literally 10 minutes after they opened, and just had a blast. There was some negative interaction with the opposing fan base, with the home fan base there, the Rangers. But you know what? After sleep and after looking back, at the end of the day, guys, it's just baseball. Make sure you make us your team every single day. Please become an everydayer and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Even on Apple, if you listen to us and you haven't watched the show, that is fine. You may be a listener. I want you to go to Apple right now, give us a 5-star review. Eric and I put a lot into this, and I thank Eric for jumping on last night. I tried to jump in. It was kind of spotty at times. You know, getting reception outside of Globe Life Field I knew was going to be shaky, but it was fun. It was a great time. And I wanted to come on here because I'm going to play 4 different pressers here. Let me just give you some understanding of what you're going to see. Obviously, you're going to see Baker talk about it. I'm going to give maybe a 60-second response to that. It may be longer, you know me. Ryan Presley is going to speak, Justin Verlander, and then Jose Altuve. Now, Jose Altuve, I cut out 4 of the 6 questions because they were in Spanish, and this time I was not provided with the English transcript. So I didn't want to play it solely for the purpose that I would not be able to properly interpret for those listeners who don't speak Spanish. And so I didn't want to do that on the show. I figured it would kind of be missed and only a limited amount of people would be able to understand it. So I hope you guys appreciate me at least putting that up there because he does address the Abreu and Maldonado thing. But I'm not going to expound on it until you hear the skipper, Dusty Baker, and these guys say. But I will say this before we get started on this presser. That stadium is huge. It is very Dallas. It is very big. It's monstrous. It's almost like a production. When they lead cheers, they have someone coordinating it. When they do the rally towels, they've got like virtual hands on the screen. They also, I'm not saying I know this for a fact, but it seems like they pump crowd noise in there. I'm not saying the crowd's not loud. The crowd was definitely loud. Adolis Garcia almost blew the roof off the stadium with that home run. And if I was him, you know what? I probably would have slammed my bat too. That was a pretty invigorating moment. And what's funny is you'll see the guys say that they didn't have a problem with him pimping his home run. So, but the experience was actually the fan attendance people were nice. The security people were nice. Most of the fans were really cool. Had a lot of good conversations in BP with Rangers fans. Had some kids come up to me that follow me on TikTok. Saw a student of mine from school. He was there with his dad and just had a really good time. Drove up with some friends. Chris, thank you for letting me tag along in the super duper Astros 2-time world championship truck that you have. It was pretty awesome. Check my socials. You'll see pictures of it. So I won't continue on. We're going to get next. We're going to get Mr. Dusty Baker.
Hey, Dusty, congratulations. Who is the first question? Who's first up for Dusty? We'll start in the 3rd row on your right here.
Kidding me. All right, my apologies there. Here is Dusty Baker.
Amen.
Hey, Dusty, congratulations. Who is the first question? Who's first up for Dusty? We'll start in the third row on your right here.
Hey, Dusty. When Altuve's coming to the plate in these big-time situations, what comes to your mind? It seems like he just...
Well, just get a good pitch to hit. And if he gets a good pitch to hit, he can lose it. And he sees the ball well here. I mean, that was... And then the next thing, I didn't want the left fielder to reach over the wall like Tavares did the other day. And, I mean, that was big by Presley. That was big hit by Diaz and a big walk with with Singleton, to give us a chance. And that was a huge victory. I mean, this will go down in history.
Far back on your left, Dusty.
Hi, Dusty. I guess this notion that Abreu hit Garcia on purpose,
Yeah.
I was just wanted to get your reaction and how you
Well, you
feel
saw my
about it.
reaction already.
Yeah?
I mean, that was, it didn't make any sense to me. I mean, we got a 2-run game, and they explained to me that, the guy just hit a 3-run homer, but that was a mistake that he hit a 3-run homer. His ball was down and in, and he wasn't trying to go down and in. And, we pitch him up, and we pitch him up and in. And anytime you're throwing a projectile 97 miles an hour, some of them are going to get away. I don't care if you're big league, Hall of Fame, I don't care who you are. And, I'm just glad we came back, and won the game. The guys were with us because, we didn't do anything wrong. And I can understand, I was talking to Bruce Bochy out there, I can understand how he would take exception to that because nobody likes to get hit. But you're certainly not going to, add runs on in the 9th inning in the playoffs when we're trying to win the game. I mean, this, I just, how do you prove intent? I mean, that's what I don't understand. And I ain't been that mad in a long time. And I don't usually get mad about nothing. So I'm just glad that we won the game, and it turned out right for us.
Go to the third row on your left, Dusty.
Yeah.
Maldonado said that fracas kind of woke the Astros up. Is that what you saw out of the team?
I don't know. I didn't see. I wasn't seeing nothing. I was just seeing red, And so, I couldn't even see straight because I was just. I mean, I hope it did, And if that's what it takes, sometimes I guess you got to do it.
Go to the third row on your right here, Dusty.
Hey, Dusty, with Jose again, why do you think he's able to calm himself down and deliver in these big moments?
Number one, he wants to be up there. And number two, he's at a high concentration level because that's what it takes in big moments like that is concentration, desire, and relaxation all encompassed in one. And everybody can't do all three of those things. And so, this dude is one of the baddest dudes I ever seen. I've seen some greats.
Go far back on your left again.
How much did you wrestle with keeping Verlander out there? Was there a lot of
No.
talk?
No, because like we were trying to get through the 6th, and then the left fielder hit that ball by Bregman. That could have been right. That was barely by him. They had some balls that were barely. The one pitch that Verlander, he made like 3 mistakes. He made one, a slider to Seager to start that inning, and then the ball came down and in on Adalis where you don't pitch him, and then the other one he missed location, and that ball was off the plate, on the home run, by Lowe. But they didn't miss the mistakes. This guy was dealing. He was in, you're in that bridge time of the game in the 6th and 7th, but you don't really want to go to your back end of the bullpen, but you don't want to, go to, you want to stick with your high leverage guys. So if things go well in that 6th inning, then I got a fresh Neris, Abreu, and Presley. So then sometimes when you plan, the other team messes up your plans.
Dusty, I think your closer's outside, so we'll see you in Houston.
All right, I'll see you there. Hope I'm still on the field.
Well, as much as we have, I guess, been critical of Dusty's managerial moves throughout the season, lineups, you get nitpicky in 162 games, and it's not just fodder to create conversation, but genuine questions about playing certain guys, the lineup construction, but all those things in the end, the Astros are one step away from the World Series, one game away from their third straight World Series. And I love the fact that Dusty Baker addressed this. And there are a couple key things in this entire moment. And I think Justin Verlander will address it. But the players did not have a problem with Adolis Garcia celebrating. None of them said, "Oh, he's a punk." Now, you can see on TikTok, there's a viral video. And actually, my wife even sent me a copy of it, where you have Altuve hitting the home run and just walking around going around the bases. And then Garcia, like, really just pumped up. But look, where they've been and where they are in that game yesterday, I totally understand the emotion. I don't have a problem with that, but I do want to talk to you today about we're going to we're going to listen to Ryan Presley, Justin Verlander, and Jose Altuve. But first, how does free Thanksgiving sound this year? That's right. Ibotta is here to give you cash back and help make sure your Thanksgiving table is complete, because who wants the turkey without the gravy? And we know turkey is great, but the best part of Thanksgiving for a lot of people, they're the sides. With Ibotta, you can make sure that you get the whole family's favorite side dishes and turkey while getting yourself cash back. Big holidays mean big family get-togethers, but you don't have to spend all the time and money on Thanksgiving spread without getting something in return. With Ibotta, you can get your turkey and all your favorite sides for free. That's right. Starting November 1st, for the fourth year in a row, Ibotta is giving 100% cash back on your Thanksgiving feast. Just add the orders in the app to redeem for everything you need to make your Thanksgiving feast complete. All you need to do is to shop at your favorite retailers and upload your receipt. Ibotta gives you cash back on hundreds of grocery items and produce to personal care, party goods, so you can make sure that you are beating inflation no matter what you're purchasing. Other apps give you points but don't amount to much. With Ibotta, you get real cash back. That means you can put cash into your bank account, PayPal, or as gift cards. You can also earn cash back on hundreds of online brands and retailers. So download the Ibotta app now and use the promo code MLB to get 100% cash back on your Thanksgiving dinner starting November 1st. Just go to the App Store or Google Play Store and download the free Ibotta app and use the code MLB. That's IBOTTA in the Google Play and App Store, and use the MLB code, the code MLB. All right, next up, we're going to hear from Ryan Presley.
For Ryan. We'll start right here, third row on your right, Ryan.
Ryan, you enter the game after a lot of craziness. Garcia gets plunked, Altuve's homer. How do you kind of reset yourself and get yourself ready for that ninth inning?
Yeah, I mean, obviously that was completely unintentional, man. Like, just one of those balls that just kind of slipped out of his hand and emotions ran high. And, it's obviously not the game that we want to kind of do that kind of stuff. So, it's kind of a chaotic moment. You're trying to calm down. You kind of get catapulted into that game. So best way you can do it is just go out there and just try to stay within yourself. Don't try to do too much. Let your defense work behind you, and trust in Maldi, and just try to make quality pitches.
Other questions for Ryan? What else do we got?
Not all at once.
We'll go to Jerome right here on your left.
Obviously, your role on the team, but there's a point there there's nothing you can do until they give you the ball. What do you see when those guys, and you guys have done it so much in the postseason, especially Jose Altuve, where they can get you that lead almost regularly, it seems?
Yeah, I mean, every time, Jose steps up to the plate, something special can happen. I don't want to overshadow, Singy's at bat was huge, and then Diaz's single was huge, so kind of set up for that moment. Again, it's Jose's never too big for the moment, man. He just thrives in those kind of situations. So it's special to watch him play. I'm beyond grateful to be his teammate, because I get to see stuff that you guys don't on and off the field. So he's a special player, man, and it's really fun to watch.
Other questions for Ryan? All right, Ryan, congratulations. Great job. Appreciate you coming down.
Again, there you go. Ryan Presley also reiterating the sentiment. Look, I'll be real honest. It really depends on who watched this and what filter you have. Because if you read the Ken Rosenthal article in The Athletic talking about the incident, he doesn't think that the Astros threw at Adolis Garcia intentionally, but every one of the Rangers players do. Now, Jonah Heim, to his credit, did say that you can't judge intent. It's hard to say if someone actually intended, and that's where Dusty Baker's problem was. He was like, you didn't give a warning, you just threw him out of the game because you assumed that he intended to throw up and in and hit him on purpose. I don't see that. This is not a guy that loses control in the zone a lot. And yes, people would say, well, that would tend to make you think that he was throwing at him because he is a very controlled, high velocity pitcher. But it really depends. Which are you putting on the Astros colored glasses? Are you putting on Rangers colored glasses? Or are you just putting on baseball glasses? And I think if you put on baseball glasses, you can see that there was no intention. The Astros did not gain anything by putting him on base. It could have gone really bad for them as a result of that. Now, what did hurt him, I think, was the 12-minute brush up and the 12-minute like post ruckus stuff that really probably threw Leclerc off because he's been one of the best closers in baseball this year. All right, let's hear from Justin Verlander next.
We'll start with Jerome on your left, Justin.
Dusty said he thinks you were dealing. You only made 3 mistakes, and they got all of them. Was that how you saw it as well?
I thought it was a pretty significant step forward for me. I thought I pitched pretty well. But, you got to make better pitches in big situations. Obviously, you try not to be too hard on yourself, but, when you're feeling pretty good, I think, obviously an outstanding lineup, and they still really battled me, but, a couple pitches there that I would like to have back, obviously.
Other questions for Justin? Third row on your left, Justin.
After the bench is cleared, did you feel like that was a moment that kind of woke up the Astros?
I don't think it was a thing of waking us up. I think we got pretty upset about it. I think given the situation, I think it's pretty clear that there's no intent there. I understand that Major League Baseball is trying to take away the hit by pitch and pitchers and teams policing the game the way it used to be done. I understand that. It's dangerous. But I even understand Adolis's reaction. No, I don't think anybody's mad about him pimping a homer. It was the biggest homer in his career, probably. I had no problem with it. I don't think anybody on our team did, quite honestly. So obviously he thought something might happen, though, because it was a pretty quick reaction. All that aside, I think I was just disappointed that the umpires threw out Abreu. The umpires are there to calm the situation, keep the game moving. Let's not let things get escalated. But more importantly, they're there to just determine whether it was something that was intentional or not. And in that spot, I don't know how those 6 guys got together and determined that they were sure it was intentional, because I think from a baseball perspective, it surely was not.
Third row on your right, Justin.
Hey, Justin. When Jose comes up in big spots like that, what's the feeling in the dugout and across your clubhouse?
Excitement. This is you want your best players up in big spots, and Diaz came up and had a great at bat. Singleton came up and did an incredible job. What a great at bat he put together for the walk. Without those 2 at bats, Altuve's not up in that situation. But then, you feel the momentum building. Diaz gets the hit, and it's like, all right, now we've got the tying run on. And then Singleton works a big walk, and it's like, oh man, here we go. We turn the lineup over. We got nobody out, and we got our guy up. You don't use the word expect, but you anticipate something great happening, and more often than not, man, he just seems to deliver. Just an incredible feel for the moment, incredible baseball player, and this doesn't surprise anybody in our locker room, that's for sure.
Anything else for Justin? All right, Justin.
That's right. And real quick, this episode is brought to you by Jason Medical. That's right. There's all kinds of unrest, and we know that the supply chain has a chance to get basically halted or stopped at any moment. We've got things going on all over the world. And so why should you not have peace of mind? See, that's where Jace Medical comes in. They give you a personalized emergency medication kit that contains 5 essential antibiotics that treat the most common and deadly bacterial infections. You can also customize your case and add additional life-saving medications based on your unique needs. So it's not just some random case of like, okay, you're getting these 5 and that's it. Now they have expanded their medication offerings. In their most recent efforts, they've added ivermectin as an option for the Jace case. They're continually working to help make this the best product for you. And this is what it is. All it takes is you to get the Jace case is you fill out a simple form online. And sometimes you jump on a quick call with a board certified physician. You get ongoing care from their physicians on any treatment related questions, doctor created, doctor recommended. So don't be unprepared. We want you to be empowered so that you can take care of yourself and your loved ones no matter what happens. Jace handles everything from online evaluation to licensed pharmacy medication delivery and ongoing consultation and care. Make sure that you get it today. You can share it with your family, and you can also get you can get a gift card for your family members. If you sign up now, you get basically $20 discount using the promo code Locked On. That's Jace Medical, JASE Medical.com. Get one for you, get one for your family today at jace.com. All right, thank y'all for tuning in again. H-Town Wheelhouse here with Locked On Astros, and our final presser. It's only going to be a couple minutes long. Jose Altuve was asked several questions, and again, to reiterate, 4 of the 6 questions were in Spanish, and had I been provided the transcript in English of what was said, I would share that with y'all and play the clips. But since I don't have that, I figured it wouldn't be advantageous to share that on this episode. So here's Jose Altuve. He does address the Farkas, I guess, the episode between Garcia and Abreu. So let's watch this.
I apologize if you already answered this in Spanish, but you guys have played so well in this ballpark. Is there something about this ballpark that you guys see the ball better, or like what's going on?
No, nothing.
Just playing well, huh?
Yeah.
Go to Hannah, then Jesus, then Evan.
Hey, why do you think Garcia was so upset when he got hit?
I mean, I don't think anybody likes to get hit, especially a 95 mile per hour fastball. So I think, like I said, nobody really likes to get hit. I got hit before, and it doesn't feel good at all.
Go to Jesus on the end of the second row.
Jose, Bregman talks about how you remain calm at all times. How do you remain calm within all this madness that was happening, that had just happened, to be able to go and do what you did a few minutes after the benches were cleared?
Yeah, no, I really wanted to win this game since the first inning. Obviously, big game. So I was really trying not to let anything distract me or bother me. Just really pay attention to the game and be ready if I get the situation like I did. I know everybody's talking about the homer, but if you go and see Diaz base hit and then Singleton walk, especially when he hasn't played in a lot of days and coming from the bench, facing probably one of the best closers right now in playoff. So I think the key was these 2 guys, and to be able to score all those runs.
Do a couple more, Evan, on the end of the first row.
So you've hit a lot of home runs. You've been hit by a lot of pitches. Was there any way for the Rangers to not interpret those actions as deliberate?
Yeah, it's hard, like I said, nobody likes to get hit, and like I said a minute ago, I have a lot of hit by pitches in my career, and you feel mad or sad that because it really hurts. So at the same time, there's no reason for us to hit Garcia in that moment, because we were really trying to keep the game on the line and to be able to come back in the game. But like I said, I don't have any comments.
Good for Jose to take the high road. Look, every one of these guys took the high road. None of them slammed Garcia for pimping the home run. Clearly, the Rangers are using this as bulletin board material in the locker room with the comments by Brandon Lowe, the comments by the different Rangers that, Garcia as well. And Brian Abreu actually went up to Garcia and said, hey, I didn't mean to hit you. That ball got away from me. That was not on purpose. And of course, Garcia responded with, that's BS. And so Brian Abreu said, I was like, okay, hey man, you're hot. I walked away. Odolis Garcia did say that Yordan Alvarez calmed him down, fellow Cuban, because they're both Cubans. And he said that Yordan kept telling him, look him in the eyes, look him in the eyes. It's okay. Calm down. It wasn't on purpose. We didn't mean to hit you. And to me, if Adolis Garcia gets hit and walks to first base, none of that stuff ever happens. And I didn't even know what happened. Being at the game, all I saw was him get hit, and then I kind of saw them go towards each other. I couldn't tell if Maldonado said something and then he turned around or what. So I went to my app and looked at the game feed, and I went back, and literally the second he gets hit, he doesn't do anything else, but he turns and looks at Maldonado and says something to him. And I can't tell if Maldonado says something back, but he got in Maldonado's face, and it looked like he was going at him, pushed him on the shoulder. Maldonado was trying to push him away. And it looked like after Garcia was pulled away, he ran around a couple players and was trying to still go at Maldonado like he wanted to fight him. And I understand the emotions of the moment. I understand getting heated. Trust me, I understand that. But to me, it looked like Garcia was the one that got this whole thing brewing the way it was. Okay. They threw high end in on Yordan Alvarez. They threw like really close. The night before, they threw high end on Jose Altuve. So they've done their share of throwing high and in. And sometimes you don't always make that pitch. I'll just finish with my final thoughts. Dusty Baker made a good point. It's logical. When you're throwing a projectile 97 miles an hour, you can't also necessarily control where it is. And they would not have benefited. They didn't benefit from that. They wouldn't have benefited from putting him on base on purpose. That wasn't what the Astros play was. So anyways, look, going into game 6, it's going to be Framber Valdez. It's going to be Nathan Eovaldi. And this is going to have to be a lockdown performance and a good performance like he had in game 6 of last year's World Series when he clinched at home versus the Phillies only gave up the solo shot to Kyle Schwarber. So we're hoping to see more of that type of Framber Valdez. This has been a special edition of Locked on Astros. Remember, we are your team every day. Nobody does more, nobody gets more into the action than Locked on Astros. I'm H-Town Wheelhouse with a special post-game ALCS edition. The Astros are up 3-2, 1 win away from their 3rd straight World Series. They've got 2 chances, but we would like them to get it done in Game 6. So y'all have a good one. Thank y'all for hanging out and hanging on with us every step of the way, keeping the faith, and like I say, always positive, always Stros. Bury me in the H.